We started. Well, hold on. Check it out. Strebo. You want to sign some of these? Look for Mutantville Players Radio. Mutantville Players. Alright, welcome back to Ultimo Gallos. Weekly wrestling wrap-up, which sometimes might come out 3 times a week, sometimes 2, sometimes 1. Basically, when I got enough to talk about to fill up 20-30 minutes, this happens. So, now this time, we got, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different episodes of Weekly Wrestling TV. One show gets 2 episodes, and I have an iPay-per-view from one of the Mississippi-based indies. So let's get everything together here, get notes together, and we'll get started. Be right back. Okay, we're back. Starting off with MLW Fusion, episode 78. This starts off, we got Madness, who's a luchador, Septimo Dragon, who I know from like Southern Louisiana. I think he was supposed to work like the Hoodmark show, if I'm remembering right. Versus Los Parks, which is, of course, LA Park, and Hijo del Park, his son with Selena. And I just love this new big, fat, surly, beating the hell out of people at LA Park. It's just so great. I've loved every era of LA Park, and this is just so good. He's just beating the hell out with that weightlifting belt he always wears. And then we end up going a little bit in the match, and they have it set up where, like, the Parks are on opposite corners. And whoever they're paired off with is outside, like, past the rail into the crowd a little bit. Now, LA Park side, the railing's pulled in a little bit, so you get to start. They dive off the top rope out into the crowd, just hit their opponent, hit concrete. It's like, Jesus, because LA Park's not young. He is old. Kehoe ends up hitting the Destroyer, and I'm burning on the Destroyers. I'm seeing it. It never fails. Pretty much every wrestling show I watch every week, I see at least one Destroyer per episode. And a lot of those people doing that don't need to be doing it. They just, and Kehoe's just not good. LA Park's going from like what I call the fat flying body press and ends up hitting the ref. While the ref's down, Selena gets in the ring, kicks Magnus in the cods. Ref recovers just in time to count the pin. Winner was Parks. Decent tag match, man. They're kind of building the Parks up. Alright, up next we got Ariel Dominguez versus Dominic Guarini. This is introducing Dominic Guarini to everybody in the group. Ariel Dominguez, basically, since they ain't got Marco Stunt anymore, you know, he's graduated up to AEW. Ariel Dominguez is a little bit taller. It's just a squash to show off Guarini's skills. It was entertaining, but nothing special. He ends up winning with a cross-arm breaker. So, wasn't that great a match. This thing itches. Sinuses. And then we get our main event. The main event made up for how just kind of blah the middle match was. And this is Austin Aries and Brian Pillman Jr. Brian Pillman Jr. is supposed to be getting revenge for Austin Aries, you know, taking Teddy Hart and Brainbuster and on the ring apron. Was that 2 weeks ago now on MLW? 2 weeks ago, a week ago. Good match. And basically, the whole match starts with Pillman in control. He's doing really good, then he fucks up. And Double A ends up doing this missile dropkick off the top rope that's just really sweet. He's coasting through the air. Pillman ends up coming back, hitting this really nice power slam. Kind of reminded me how that, not the running one, but the just like snap one that David Boy Smith used to do. Reminded me of that one. Hey, give me a second here. I'm sorry. Okay. And then you end up kind of back and forth match, pretty decent. Nothing, it's like definitely above average match because it's 2 good workers. I mean, Pillman Jr., he's learning, and Austin Aries is just great. He's one of the guys, if he was a little bit taller and didn't have the attitude he had, he'd be huge, but both things have held him back. One thing he has no control over, one he does. Pillman, Austin Aries, Double A, as I'm calling him in the notes here. It's the Brainbuster on Pillman. I'm glad the Brainbuster's coming back. Alright. Up next, and this would be the airing on the Z Living channel. Oh, MLW was on BN Sports, but you can catch it on YouTube. By the time this is up, it should be up on YouTube. It's like Mondays, and then for some reason you can't access YouTube, but you're watching this. I don't know how that would happen, but you can also catch it on the FITE app, I think Tuesdays. So we got Championship Wrestling from Hollywood, aired 10/5/2019 on the Z Living channel. Okay. And start off with tag match. We got Jordan Clearwater and Dan Joseph. Dan Joseph used to be an announcer on here. He's former tag team champion. He's come back to the ring. Clearwater I just saw first last time in the Red Carpet Rumble. We're checking out Tom Matthews. Got a little second account. And Dickie Mary put on a decent show in the Red Carpet Rumble. Basically, the whole thing is Joseph's wanting to beat the shit out of Ty, but he's having to go through Dickie first. Ty's refusing to enter the ring until his team gets the upper hand. When he finally does, he comes in and hits this really crappy looking goal on Clearwater and gets the pin. Just, ugh. Not a good match. And we get D-Man Dan Parker versus Vinny Wasco. Seen D-Man last week in the Rumble. Wasco I've never seen before. Parker just keeps on targeting Wasco's arm. And Wasco, he's just... I'm guessing he's a rookie in wrestling one because he was really botching, looked a little off. He doesn't win the match, but the match was just... It was better than the last one, but not much. It was just not good. Not a good week from Championship Wrestling from Hollywood. Then we got what is tied for the worst match I've seen this week, and it's kind of surprised me. You got Double Platinum, which is Chris Bay and Swade Thompson. Chris Bay's okay, Swade Thompson, I saw him in the Rumble last week, he was decent. Taking on the Soul Burners, they're the United Tag Team Champions, but Tyler's not online in this match. So I don't really understand why they have this match going on, but hey, shit happens. And it starts off with a Thomas A of the Soul Burners. Just like shows a lot of his flexibility and a lot of like leg-based submission moves on. I want to say a Swade Thompson mostly. That was entertaining. And then the match just goes to crap. Like something went wrong. I don't know what happened there, and it just goes to crap. And the crowd just starts chanting, "This match sucks." And I completely agree. It was just like, oh come on. And it was going way too long. Only really highlights in the entire match is Double Platinum hits a pretty decent looking double powerbomb, I'm say. And then Vermin, who right before this match were like doing a promo. I don't know if Vermin's the tag team name or one of the guys in the tag team name to come out and they beat up the Hippies, the Soul Burners, and Double Platinum. It's just not good. Not good at all. Skip it if you're watching this. And then we get the match I was hoping would save the show. It's going to be the Hollywood Heritage title match. It's Watts, who just won it last week on the Red Carpet Rumble, defending against Uptown Andy Brown, who just lost it last week. And I've seen Watts before quite a few times. He's really entertaining. And Uptown Andy Brown, when I saw him in the Rumble last week, was good, but he was just, I don't know, maybe he was just tired because he's moving really slow for him. I don't know if he was just tired because they maybe filmed this the same week as the Rumble. I don't know how Hollywood Championship Wrestling Hollywood films their stuff. See an advertisement, it looks like they run three or four shows a month. So do they film? I don't know. It's an okay match, nothing spectacular, just a plain average match, which this episode of Championship Wrestling Hollywood just, ugh. But Watts ends up hitting that choke force, which is like a choke slam into a powerbomb. He wins. I was expecting a lot more in this match, so ugh. So hopefully this next thing's better, and of course it ended up being. This is a Reality Wrestling episode 263. We're still doing the Rise to Royalty Tournament, Road to Royalty Tournament, Wrestling World. I don't remember. It's one of those where I don't remember the name of it. And you got Abel Andrew Jackson versus. I don't know if the commentator team was saying Ed Stone or Edge Stone. Really? They have no crown, they have no on screen graphics telling me who the people are. I'm having to rely on my hearing. And this commentary team does not come through real clear. It's one of the things I don't want. Two complaints with Reality Wrestling. I'm enjoying the show. Really am. Put the wrestler's names on screen. I know you got the screens behind them, but sometimes the camera angles ain't catching it. Put it on screen. Number two, have one of the guys on commentary be heel, have one be face. You know, it just. The winner of this ends up facing Isaiah James in the next round, so that'll be interesting. Stone's kind of power wrestler. Abel's like skill and speed based. It's a little bit. It's not an average match. Just a tiny bit of average, but not an offensively bad match. Then we get an interview with TV champ Will All Day. Don't recognize him. Then we cut to Luke Hawx talking about how PJ is hurt and isn't medically cleared to wrestle, but they'll be back soon. And PJ sitting in a chair, and PJ still looks like a taller, slightly muscled version of Kevin Arnold of Wonder Years. Our next match is going to be Vega from La Familia versus Warren Johnson from Fly Def. Put Def down. Fly Def. Another road wrestling royalty tournament match. Johnson starts off just like totally like babyface on fire, just whap, beating, doing everything he can. Vega just puts it out. He's like, pfft. There's a spot where Vega goes to pull Johnson off the top rope, like grabbing and pull his legs underneath him. And when he does it, the back of like this is the top of Johnson's head just bam, just smacks right off of it. It's like, oh, you know that hurt. And Warren Johnson ends up getting the pin off a victory roll. About the same as that first match, you know, not just a little bit below average and not horrible, not offensively bad. Now, this whole thing is, I usually don't talk about promos that much, but this next one is kind of interesting. It's Alex. Every show I've seen her work, they pronounce it Alex Garcia. They're calling her Garcia. They're saying it slightly different on here, but she's worked by Independent Wrestling twice that I've seen. And she's the Rally Wrestling Diamond Champ, which is their ladies' title. I've seen her wrestle, and she's good in the ring, but I've never had see her cut a promo. And she's actually pretty decent. I mean, it wasn't like nothing mind-blowing, but it was pretty good. Very impressive. And I think they mentioned something here like next episode she's going to have a match. I'm like, oh, cool. Let's see Alex on TV. Next match is Cameron Cole, who I didn't realize when the match started off seeing he the last BIW show that I went to. I'm trying to remember when that was. It was a few months back. Cameron Cole's taking on King Wrapup. Okay, I think it was the first match of the show. Real cool match. Well, he's taking on a TV champ Will all day. I'm like, okay, I know Cameron. I'll watch this. This was really good. This really surprised me. Because Cameron was working like kind of generic white meat babyface at the BIW show. And he's definitely working heel here. Give me a second. Okay, so Cole ends up hitting this like really sweet senton from the ring to the outside. It's like, wow, really cool. Cole keeps him trying to lock in this sleeper. He's like, oh, I'll try to lock that shit in. All day keeps him breaking it, doing counters. And all day ends up going like between the top and middle rope with this really nice dive. Just like slides right through there. And then a few seconds later, Cole's on the opposite side of the ring and all day does to that side. Then ends up doing a springboard cross-body clothesline for a 2 count. Ice cold Cameron Cole. So we're calling Cameron Cole Ice Cold Cameron Cole. Chili McFreeze dagger. Oh, Cole ends up catching all days coming off the top rope with the super kick that just, oh man, Chris Adams would be jealous. The original super kick part of Chris Adams in an airplane. And Cole ends up doing a superplex followed by a brainbuster. I'm like, okay, superplex and a brainbuster, and then all day just kind of pops right up. I'm like, what? Match is going good, then that happens and it just throws this like, dude, a superplex shouldn't be a pop-up. If a superplex followed by a brainbuster, what the? Well, they pops up, he goes for a frog splash, but Cole ends up blocking that. Then he goes up again, hits the senton, and he wins. And not the best episode of reality wrestling, but hey, it was better than championship wrestling. So what we got up next here? Scroll down on my notes here. Trusty notes. We got WoW Season 2, Episode 4. Okay, what's up? Come on, usually WoW is not good. I mean, it's entertaining, but it ain't great wrestling. Usually. So how's it going to be this week? Okay, we start off, we got Fury, the Psycho Sister Sue. She's the original two Psycho Sisters. She's the bigger girl. Taking on Fire, which is Kira Hogan. Wrestles in Impact. She wrestles here. I know her from, she worked some shows for Pro Wrestling Ego. And then she worked some lucha shows up in North Alabama that buddy of mine went to. And it's basically just Fury using her power size advantage to keep Kira on the mat. And it's working pretty good. She's keeping her down. Also, Fire, Kira Hogan hits this really nice drop kick. Like, talking about like hardcore Bob Holly level, nice drop kick. And everybody watching knows hardcore Bob Holly's got the best fucking drop kick ever. And then I was like, well, I guess you could say she's on fire. And I'm like, okay, man, you know what I want? I want somebody to make a hack of the NBA Jam on the Genesis and take out the cheerleader and put in Kira Hogan. Come on, she's on fire. I know, horrible joke. Fury hits this snap suplex. It just looks, it's like, wow. It's just like the snap and the impact of it is just so good. Then she hits a knee strike a few minutes later that I swore it was like knocked Kira Hogan out. The crowd starts rallying behind Kira. She gets back on her feet, hits the ropes, goes for a sidewalk slam, goes for a move and gets sidewalk slammed by Fury. And this is where I'm just kind of like, am I hearing the commentary team right? I turned to caption it. I couldn't get it clearly. I started on the commentary team and just said, let's go fire the chant heard about Jenna Morasco. Jenna Morasco, of course, Survivor a couple of times. She's best known in wrestling. She was in a TNA match. It's considered like one of the worst matches ever. Jenna Morasco versus Sharmell for one of the pay-per-views. I'm just talking about my hearing damage, but did I hear that? Anybody else watch it? Catch that? Let's go fire the chant heard about Jenna Morasco. Fire ends up like doing this, like a bunch of really nice stiff blows. Goes for a pin. Nope, doesn't happen. Fury hits a pop-up spine buster that I thought was the end of it. Really nice looking spine buster. Fire kicks out too. I'm like, what the hell? Fire ends up doing this buzzsaw kick, like a Tajiri level buzzsaw kick. Kick out it too. It's like, what? And then Kira ends up going to the top way too long, and Fury's just waiting for her. Catches her superplex. When they hit the mat, both of them bounce like really high when they hit. Another pin. Fire ends up kicking out of two. And Fire ends up hitting this fisherman's neck breaker I've never seen her do before that I remember. It looks really nice. She gets the pin. And of course, Razor and the other Psycho Sister and Mesmeralda attack Fire. And Adrenaline comes out to chase them on the rod. This first time they've met. Adrenaline is Diamante from TNA. And it was earlier this year that Kira Hogan revealed her and Diamante had been in a relationship for a little while. Hey, fans watching this probably don't know that. Probably the best match I've seen in quite a while. It was actually pretty good. Alright, so we got next. We got Siren the Voodoo Doll with Holiday as her second versus Chantilly Shella. And she ain't got no way when she first comes out, but she ends up bringing somebody up. Okay, so Shella comes out. She's okay. She ain't great. Siren from last season was just bad. And I remember last season for some reason thinking she was Amira Jade from was it Elevate Pro? I think uses her. I don't think she is though. And since Siren is back up, Shella decides she's gonna do something good against Alicia Edwards, Sassy Massey. And it's just your normal big power wrestler versus smaller, faster wrestler. Not expecting much from this, and that's pretty much what I got. Siren does end up doing this modified surfboard to a face smash. It looks pretty nice. It looks like really stiff. But she ends up going for a Vader bomb that's after and just completely whiffs it. You know, when the Vader goes around the corner and grab the ropes, kind of throw himself out, boom, land on him. Cella, what the hell is his name? I guess Cella. I don't know. Hits a cutter. The ref ends up getting distracted by Holiday. So Sassy Massey attacks Holiday, giving Siren time to hit the Voodoo Driver for the pin. Yeah, that match. No. And just think, it's going to get worse. Because I talked about how that Double Platinum versus Soul Burners match was the worst match I thought I saw this week. I'm looking at the rating, this match is tied with it. It's another tag match, because they're doing a tag team tournament. Wow. This is Lana Starr and the Lioness versus Jesse Jones. And anybody know Jesse Jones is the redneck one that comes over in the MAGA hat. Everybody know, of course, the Bullet Babe, the Rose Babe, blah, blah, blah. And Star Moses says, man, wow. Listen, this match just screams, go get a snack and take a bathroom break. Yeah, because Lana Starr sucks. Jesse Jones ain't with the crap. Amber O'Neil, she's never been one that I've been very impressed with. The mask was curled a little bit. And Lioness, never seen much from her. She was like the dancing girl last season. And it just basically it's Jesse Jones and everybody knew keeping Lioness from tagging out. And she finally gets to her corner and Lioness like refuses to tag her. And like, I did notice that Jesse Jones has a tramp stamp, and it kind of looks like Stephen King in that Jordy Verrill story in Creepshow. And then Lawman's get tricked into tagging in. Jesse Jones locks in Rumble and on taps. Horrible match. If you watch this, skip that match completely. Then we got our main event, which was set up last week. So the Jungle Girl versus the Beast. Jungle Girl versus one of the original stars of from back in the day. The Beast, one of the newer stars. And yeah, sadly, wow, it's a main event, which means we either won't get an ending or it'll be a super short match. Happens like 90% of the time. Wow, TV, you get crap main events. And the fact I know used to always give the fans really bad main events. A lot of 6-man tag main events where of the 6 men there's like 4, there's like 3 you want to see. And I'm hoping this will be alright because both these women can have good matches. Beast ends up taking control of the hip toss, and Jungle Girl just kind of bails outside for a reason. It's like early in the match, I don't feel it right. A little bit, Jungle Girl's hitting this really nice drop kick off the top rope. Not enough to keep the Beast down. Beast nails Jungle Girl with like a really brutal looking suplex. Still. She ends up missing a spear, and Jungle Girl uses a chance because she misses. Beast ends up missing a spear and like going into the corner. Hits her shoulder, so Jungle Girl starts targeting her shoulder. Goes for a nice belly to belly that I think should have been a pin, but it wasn't. It just got a 2 count. Then she starts beating the hell, like headbutt and everything else to Beast's shoulder. And she hits the jungle driver. And so going for the pin right now. Then she goes to the top rope. Taking too long? Yep, took too long. Beast gets up, attacks Jungle Girl, tosses her off the top rope. Beast sets up for the spear and then hits the ref. Yeah, exactly. I don't know why she hits the ref with a spear. 2 times running out, jumps so past her Jungle Girl, gets 3 count, but no ref. Tess hits the ring, hits Jungle Girl with a briefcase, show ends, no ends in the match. Yeah, this was... Man, if Championship Wrestling had been so just horrible this week, this would have been the worst wrestling I watched. And I thought it was going to be the last weekly episode. Thought, like, the one I do towards the end of the week was end up being like Ring of Honor, NXT, AEW, that kind of stuff. But surprise, surprise. Usually Saturdays when reality wrestling's new episodes go up, you get 1 week. Okay, cool, that's cool. Something to watch on Saturdays. Saturdays are a busy day of wrestling for me. Sunday, I gotta do some grocery shopping. I come back and I turn on the laptop. There's a new episode of Reality Wrestling, episode 264. I guess they wanted us to be caught up because next week is their big Road to Wrestling Royalty. The King of the Ring. Show, and they're going to do it live on YouTube, is what they said. Like it's going to go up the next day of the whole show, so hey. Start off with a Diamond Championship, Reality Wrestling Diamond Championship match. This is champion Alex Garcia versus Roxy. Roxy's this girl, I just started hearing about her. The last BIW show I went to, a couple of buddies of mine had been to the previous show they had in matches, and they're like, you guys see this little Roxy wrestler. She's really good. You tell she's young, she's learning, but she's really good. She has a lot of like stuff that it takes veterans long years to learn how to do it. And I was thinking, Garcia's like, alright, this should be a good match. And it's basically just Roxy would get control. Too good, and she'd make like a mistake that you expect a rookie to kind of make, even though Roxy's been wrestling with her wrestling like 4 years, and Alex is only wrestling 2. And about Roxy's only 17. She started wrestling when she was like 13. And Alex would just take over and start working on a lot of good arm submission stuff, a lot of good strikes to the arm from Alex Garcia. It was really neat watching her like trying to break this down. Roxy ends up getting an advantage, goes up for a moonsault. Before she can do it, Garcia takes her down. Roxy ends up getting hit. She's on her like her knees in there, and Garcia just comes out of nowhere with the shining wizard, just snaps Roxy's head back. I'm afraid she's going to get whiplash. Good little women's match. Good way to start off the show. And on this next one, that's another time where we should have these people's names up on the screen. Never seen any of these guys before, and it wasn't until the match was almost over I realized that one of the guys' name was not Brendan Steen, it was Brendan Steen. kind of a bigger guy from Jersey. And you got Clay Roberts over here, kind of like a smaller high flyer guy. Clay ends up hitting the second time I said that this episode, a hardcore Holly level drop kick. Just a really nice drop kick. And back and forth, good little match, good little average match, and then she ends up hitting this diving headbutt for a top rope for a pin, which I haven't seen a diving headbutt in a long time. Most of y'all know you don't see diving headbutts anymore. Then we get the main event. And this is the last match of the preliminaries for the road, the King of the Ring. We start with Aiden Cristiano. Coming out with the All La Familia. And they got the accordion guy who I love. You got this bootleg Big Pun rapper. And you got this lady that I'm just going to call her Latina China because she looks like a Hispanic Latina version of China. This big old muscle girl. And of course he's taking on Rex Andrews. And they mentioned both guys are multi-time singles champs from Rowdy Wrestling. Match is another average match. Entrances are great. I enjoyed that. It got me hyped up because I don't think I've ever seen Aiden Cristiano before. But this great entrance had me hyped up for him. Rex Andrews kind of boring, like looks kind of generic. Well, Aiden's going for like this running down the outside because Rex is outside. Then Rex kind of like rolls in and just takes out his legs. It was like really oddly done, really badly paced. It looked bad. It like took me completely out of the match. I'm like, what? Aiden ends up going to the top rope. And he takes off his elbow pad and does like a Macho Man elbow, which is some great hang time. It should have been the pin. It wasn't. And then out of nowhere, Rex locks in some kind of armbar and gets a submission in 2 minutes. So, well, that's all actually weekly wrestling shows I watched. The worst one was Championship Wrestling. Best was this Ring of Honor episode 264. But I do have a want to cut out here. I understand it's already 27 minutes. I got a whole pay-per-view to cover real quick. And what this is a SWA, the Southern Wrestling Alliance, I think is what it stands for. It might be Southern Wrestling Association. Their TV shows, SWA Championship Wrestling, airs on like 3 different Fox affiliates in Mississippi. It's on the FITE network. That's where I ended up watching. They put up their entire, it was in all they had the Summerall Slamboree 2. After their first show in Summerall, because they started back in like 2014-15. Their first show in Summerall is when they decided to they may end up getting TV. So Summerall's kind of a big thing. This is like the big event of the year. They put it up on FITE as a free hybrid review. So I was like, I'll give it a watch because a lot of the people in this I used to watch all the time in Power Slam Productions, and I've been keeping up with SWA. So, and I'll kind of rag on SWA, so I'll give them a shot. They're going for something big. We start off with Dak Savage, not a fan, versus Brandon Law. Never seen this guy before. Law has a lot of power moves and an okay clothesline, but nothing really great. Law ends up going for hits two suplexes right, goes for a third, but Savage is converting into a small package for a 2 count. Then Law hits a face buster that for some reason the commentary team calls a brain buster. I don't get it either. Lanny and other dude, what's up there? That's brain buster, face buster, 2 completely different things. And then Law ends up hitting like this Stone Cold Stunner, but instead of the person facing down, their face is up. Just not a flat out horrible match, but not real good. They should have maybe picked, I don't know, maybe somebody besides Dak Savage for Brandon. Brandon Law was not horrible, it's just Dak Savage. Alright, then we get, hold on a second, I'll be right back. Alright, sorry about that. Alright, then we get Chad Spencer Adams, who I think I saw one SWA show I went to. I've been to SWA shows in a while. It's been quite a few years. I quit going right around the time I started getting on TV. So done this great promo about how he's going to pop all the venues. So Steve Starr can't run shows. And I'm paraphrasing this, but it's really because he has those bloated yam bags on the roster you call veterans. bloated yam bag. That's great. I think he actually called them old bloated yam bag. And that caravan of misfit toys that come up from Louisiana. Bye-bye, boys. You'll get home in time for the My Chemical Romance concert. Just great stuff. Ain't on the show, though. We have Nick Wonder versus El Malandro. Malandro, I enjoy Malandro. I like what they're doing here. He looks like he's fairly young and new, but he's good. Nick Wonder, one of the guys who's really doesn't do a thing for me. He's not bad. He's just... And it's just basically Malandro using the size and power advantage. Got the spot where both guys do drop kick at the same time and barely miss. And for some reason, like during the match, Wonder just does something really sweet. He gives her the top turn, comes to the top turn and starts celebrating for no reason, just out of nowhere, just celebrating. And like, what? Malandro uses to get the upper hand. Wonder ends up flubbing a drop kick. It's like, okay. Then he gets up and does it again and flubs it again. And Malandro does have a really nice, like, running big boot on the floor. It is on the floor that looks really nice. He does a face wash in the bottom corner. It hits, but it might just be just something looks off about it. Malandro ends up going for like a move off the second rope, totally misses. Nick Wonder nails him too close on his follow by drop kick. He hits his drop kick. He goes to the top rope, and Malandro just he comes up here. And Malandro's like visibly rolling across the mat to be closer, so Wonder can hit him. It's like, and while he's rolling across the mat, you got the commentary team talking about how Malandro was out. He's just rolling across. And I know they can see it because you see pictures of you see the commentary team. They got computers in front of them. They're sitting not too far from him. This is live commentary. So why are you saying he's out when it's obvious he's rolling across? Wonder ends up waiting way too long. Wonder gets up, low blows Wonder, and Wonder wins by DQ. Just below average match. This next match just kind of surprised me because I wasn't expecting a lot of the. Going in, there was two matches I was looking forward to. There was a tag match where all four guys I've seen so many times. Then there's the main event for the Southern Heavyweight titles. Okay, those two matches I'm really looking forward to. This I wasn't, and I should have been because one of the guys in here I've seen enough times to know he's going to pull the match out of a watchable good match out of everybody. He's just that kind of talent. There's other three people in it. One of them I've seen wrestle once, and she's okay. One of them, I didn't know she wrestled. I thought she was just out like the other one. Yeah. This would be Hunter Law with Aria Blake. Aria Blake, she's been showing up in MLW a lot. Versus Frankie Thomas with Brittany Lynn, Frankie's wife. Who doesn't wrestle that much anymore. She's mostly his valet. Now, the commentary, I never heard of him, but the commentary claims him and Aria been in SWA before. And the kids just swarm Aria and Hunter's are going to ring. It's a mixed tag match, which means if the guy tags them, the other one's got to come in too. Now, excuse me. I had to pop my ankle. Now, Lanny does mention on commentary, I give Lanny props for this, but I'm giving him a little shit. He does mention that Brittany is a second-generation wrestler. If her relation to the Pharaoh of Funk is the way I've heard it is, she'd be third. Because, like, Pharaoh's daddy, I think, was. And then Pharaoh. I've always heard that Brittany Lynn is Pharaoh's niece. That's the way I've always heard it. No. But she's at least second generation. Lacey pointed that out. I like that. Little stuff like that I like. Brittany ends up get tagged in, and like Aria's just beating the hell out of her, so she quickly runs and tags Frankie in. And Frankie just like, it's like Screw puts his hands on Aria, and I call 100 in the ring. He's on fire. And he grabs Frankie and hits him with the suplex that it was almost a brain buster. It looked really, really like, ooh, somebody could get hurt there. I think, okay, that's probably the end of Brittany's involvement in the match. No, Aria gets tagged in, Brittany's got to come in again, and Brittany gets knocked down in the corner, and Aria hits her with this brutal flying double knee in the corner. It just looks like she nailed the shit out of Brittany. Really impressive. Real good showing from Aria and Brittany. And matter of fact, all four people make a really good showing. Kind of surprised me. Now Aria ends up getting behind Britt and puts her in a short submission hold. Brittany taps real quick. Above average match. really good. Probably the third best match on the show, honestly. I was really surprised how much I enjoyed this one. And I should have known going in. Frankie Thomas was going to at least get an average or slightly above average match out of whoever was in there. And up next we got... This is what's called a Legends match by Lanny and the other guy on commentary. And Legends in their own minds, maybe, because you got the Nature Boy Paulie, the guy that does a Ric Flair impersonation gimmick, basically paid Rick over how much money Rick wanted to claim he's a Nature Boy. And then Davey Rich, who they claim is... let me see here. NWA and WCW started one of the famous Rich cousins. Tommy Rich? I don't know, but like, Paulie's a rip-off Flair clone. He comes out and he's doing the old Ric Flair strut and wooing. It's like, man, what is it with SWA? And you had bootleg Flair. They had two different bootleg, kind of like hillbilly gyms, and I also know the hillbilly again is kind of a southern trope, so I'm not flying them that much on that. And then you have, I like Mike Carter, but, fake JYD pretty much. It's just like, is SWA kind of like the modern equivalent of those infamous UK shows where they had wrestlers pretend to be like Undertaker, Rock, and Stone Cold? I don't know. No, Lee is dressed like Flair, but his hair looks more like Hulk Hogan's skullet. And this little bit right here is for like a couple people listening. Nobody else is going to get this, but Davey Rich looks like he really could be Stabby's father. Y'all remember Stabby? What you cheering them bad guys for? Oh. I got here minutes that says Zucchini Bags, Chaz mentioned earlier. They're in the ring now. And of course, the referee were checking Rich for firing object, and Lee's just so obviously hiding something in his tights where the entire crowd sees it. And then the ref never even checks Lee's tights. So it's a moot point. He never even checks Lee, and Lee just stalls for a second and moves it to his knee pad. Nash is just, oh man, it's not good. Imagine like your grandpa fighting your great uncle when they're in their 80s. But then out of nowhere, Lee like runs the ropes and does this flip over the ropes. It hits Rich. It's like, it's actually pretty good. It's like, okay, wow. Can we get more of this, or like a shorter match with just a couple of spots like this or something? I don't know. And then they get back in the ring. Lee ends up putting a figure four on him. Of course, it's a figure four. He refuses to release it after ref catches Lee holding onto the ropes. Bell ends up getting wrong. Of course, Rich wins because Lee got CQ. Lee goes and gets two chairs from couples. One underneath Rich's knee hits the other one. The other one hit the knee. Another below average match. Just, oh man. Alright, so we went to the first match of this that I was really looking forward to. Really looking forward to this match. I figure this is the match that make it worth watching this entire show. It's going to be the Southern Sensations, which is Calvin Rose and Blade Boudreaux. Both former Power Slam Production, heavyweight champs. Calvin might have been a tag champ. I don't know on that. I don't know about Blade. On the other side, we got the Sons of Titans with their manager, Billy D. McLean, part of Domination Incorporated, Lucas Ross and Barry Wolf. Lucas, another long-time Power Slam guy. Barry Wolf's been all over. Last time my notes here, Blade's been around Southern Indies for close to like 20 years. I remember seeing pictures of him in PWI back in like the late 90s. Calvin's about to retire. I mean, this might be Blade's last match. I know he's retired. I think because this was in August. He took a little offer to go up. And Calvin's been around for about close to 20 years. Good brawling wrestler. Lucas Ross, straight up, one of the best heels, and really all one of the best wrestler in the Deep South. Said it multiple times. You can do mic work, facial expression, psychology, actual wrestle. It don't matter. He can do everything. And Barry Wolf, he's a former PWI number 500. I want to say it's 2009. And he's one of the guys. He's good in singles. He's good tags. He's good as a face. Good as a heel. Billy D comes out and introduces the Sons of Titans. And they have this really good intro music. I don't know what the song is, but it fits both of them. It fits their look. It really works. The crowd's just booing the shit out of them. And another little inside joke. Screw it. I don't care. Medusa says, if Big Ramp is here to be talking about Frosty hiding a bird in his giant beard. Frosty has this. He just had a goatee at first. Now he's got this big, huge beard. Remember somebody hid birds in it? And then out comes Calvin Rose and Blaine. They're in street clothes, just blue jeans and t-shirts with sleeves cut off. And it's a strap match. I'm like, oh, they're going to be strapped together? No. Losers get 10 lashes with the strap. So, like, if the Southern Sensations lose, Calvin's going to get 10 lashes. Blade's going to get 10 lashes. If the Sons of Titans lose, Barry Wolf, Lucas Frost, and Billy D. McLean will get 10 lashes. It's an old Southern gimmick match, which makes sense. And this day used to be like old Southern gimmicks, old Southern style wrestling. So it's real good stuff. And boom, it just, as soon as Calvin and them get out there and the match starts up, you got Frost and Blade brawling at ringside, and Barry and Calvin brawling at the same time. Blade looks like he's toned up since last time I saw him. Been long since I've seen Blade. And they're just brawling all over. Well, the Sons beat up Blade and Rose real quick, get in the ring, and get the ref to ring the bell and actually start the match. So the ref starts counting out Blade and Calvin Rose. Which I tried a smart little thing on the Sons Titans thing, because they can win by count out. Of course, that ended up happening. What we ended up getting basically was just a fun Southern style brawl match. Like something, I mean, this would have fit in perfectly, like in Memphis, Florida, Mid-South, World Class, any of the Southern Continent, any of the Southern Feds fit in perfect. You get all four guys fighting at once. Usually one set outside the ring, one set inside the ring, and the commentary and the camera crew are doing a great job on this match. Commentary teams keeping the fans informed on what's going on if they can't see it on the people at home especially, because I don't think the fans in attendance can hear them. People at home, what's going on if you can't see everything. And the camera crew's usually got at least 3 guys in the frame at all times, so really well done. I don't know how much this match is planned out, but it's just perfectly set up. And something that commentary points out when this movie, Frost and Wolf end up having a really nice double suplex on Blade Boudreaux, and commentary points this out because how it's rare that Big Blade Boudreaux gets suplexed, and I'm like, wait a minute, you know what? I forget that Blade is so tall. Blade's like, he doesn't really come off as tall on video, but he's like 6'3", 6'4". I mean, he's my height, or a little bit taller, maybe really big guy, like big mass balls too. And then brawl. Calvin ends up getting a stiff shot from McLean's cane, which has been used a lot in Domination Incorporated matches. And then they announced that 5 minutes are gone out of the match. I'm like, really? It feels like it's been like 10 minutes of pure action. Yeah, it just blows my mind how good it's been. And then Wolf, for some reason, has Lucas in his arms, and he throws him at Calvin. I guess not Calvin, or Calvin just kind of catches him. And Calvin and Blade ends up grabbing Barry Wolf, and they hit moves, and they get the pin. I'm like, oh crap. It really surprised me. It's probably about 10 minutes into the match. This happens. I'm like, wow, it's going to end up. I mean, I knew the match was not going to be a super long match. So the Sons Titans going to get lashed. I'm like, okay, this is a pretty good little match, but, that little thing at the end where Wolf threw Lucas, I'm like, okay, that's going to hurt it a little bit. Then, the lashing started. They're backing off. Lucas decides he's going to go first. And here's funny thing. There's only one belt. Blade Boudreaux gets the only belt, and so Calvin just goes out the front and borrows a belt from somebody, like, hey, let me have your belt. I love it. Calvin balls, like, hey, I got that belt. And Lucas is the first one, and he takes the first lash, and he just starts backing off the corner, like, no, this hurts. But nope. Rose and Blade are just beating the hell out of him. They're refs counting. Well, number 7, old lucky number 7, Blade just takes the belt and slams it right between Lucas's legs, and says here on my notes, Blade hits number 7 on Frosty's snowballs. And Frosty ends up finally taking his number 10 flash and rolls out of the ring. So it's time for Barry Wolf to go get his lashes, and he's stalling. And so the crowd's just going nuts. The kids in the crowd are going nuts. It's great. Like, okay, this is already making up for the match being a little bit shorter than I thought it should be. This is really, really entertaining. By the fourth flash, Bear's just laying on it, just screaming at it. Ah! Ah! He gets his 10, he rolls out. And Billy D's supposed to get his, and he hands the ref a note. Oh, man. I bet you it's a doctor note from Dr. Sidney M. Basil. Dr. Sidney M. Basil? If somebody out there watching this gets a joke, just say something in the comments. Explain the joke. And the kids in the crowd are going nuts. They want to see Billy get lashed. They want to see Billy get lashed. Well, the ref just doesn't know what to do, so they call out Steve Star. Steve Star is the president, I guess is what they're calling SWA, the promoter. I don't know. Steve Star owns the group and runs it. And he used to wrestle as Steve Star for the group. I saw his retirement match on one of the early SWA shows. And I suspect he's still wrestling for him underneath the mask, but I can't prove it. He comes out and reads the paper and asks for might. Sees Billy has a neck injury. If Billy gets whipped, he'll sue SWA. And Steve's just like, this ain't right, this ain't right. I love the heels find a way to weasel out the stipulation Steve can't do shit about it. I love it. I love it. So the fans got to see Lucas and Barry get beat, and they won, and the Southern Sensations won the match. But in the end, the heels pull out. The end. Fans really want to see Billy get his ass whooped. They pulled it out. So great. So great. And as I said before, I'm biased. Lucas Ross, he's one of the best wrestlers around. So I'm always going to rate his match with him in a little bit higher. Automatically going to get like that a 0.5 added to the score. Well, so I'm looking at my notes right here. It says, wow, if this match just went 4 or 5 minutes longer to get a perfect rating for me. It's very rare a good match is a perfect rating. And how the lashings after and all that stuff, they just had so much, it's been almost perfect match. Like 5-star as a perfect match, I gave this 4.5. Almost. When we cut to, it's Doc Gracie, I think's his name. It's the Daybreakers. It's Marshall Nate Moss and the other guy. And Hillbilly Joe's there, and they're on the fence. They're talking about how the Black Rangers have been doing all this stuff to him. And I'm not looking forward to this match. But it's the next match. I would have split the tags up a little differently, but that's me. So we got Nate Moss and Doc Gracie, I'm thinking, with Hillbilly Joe taking on the Black Rangers, 1, 2, and 3. Been seeing, this feud build up a little bit on the weekly SWA TV show. I'm not enjoying it. Nate Moss is the only guy in the ring that I really give a crap about. Gracie, Doc Gracie, I haven't seen enough of him to really care. Hillbilly Joe, just big, tall hillbilly. I've never been into him in the Black Rangers. And, 3 Black Rangers comes out, and kids in the crowd are reacting to it. The adults are sitting there going, the adults just don't care. And I'll give them this an ominous entrance theme, and I've always wondered who Black Rangers 1 and 3 are. I've got an idea who 2 is. Hillbilly Joe comes out wearing this purple shirt that says Uncle Hee Haw. And I went and Googled because I'm thinking, okay, maybe that's his name in another fed, because SCBA has a habit of changing people's names or like shortening them. Like a perfect example, Mike Carter wrestles all over as Mike Carter, the son of JYD. SWA is just the son of JYD. Son of JYD. No Mike Carter, don't know why. I know somebody that actually was told, you do not call him Mike Carter, it's the son of JYD. And something I noticed, it's just like, right before the match actually starts, the promo before, I noticed that Nate Moss had this like fairly full beard, almost like catching up to Frosty level beard here, Lucas Ross level beard, but now he's like almost clean shaven. And this promo was filmed how long ago? And of course, the Black Rangers are passing at them back and forth, where the crowd can see and the ref can't, but okay, but that just happened in the Pauline match not that long ago, and I don't really, that spot I don't give a crap about that spot, never have. And Honestly, I tried to get in this match. I really did. The only person that had to keep my attention is Nate Moss, and seen him for a long time doing like good stuff with a singles and a tag wrestler in Power Slam, and he should be working with whoever's SCBA champ, not stuck in these 6-man tags. Yam bags. That's what the Black Rangers are. It's just a team of 3 yam bags. And the Rangers end up cheating to get an advantage. They hit Smojo was standing outside. Smojo. Hillbilly Joe standing outside the ring and they put a chair, and he, of course, he's hurt, so he's got to go to the back. So it's 2 Daybreakers against the 3 Rangers. One thing, if they had 2 more Black Rangers, maybe that'll summon the Dragon Zord. After a bit, the Daybreakers getting beat up. The Black Rangers did the old Killer Bee switcheroo trick. Till the crowd just didn't seem to care. Hillbilly Joe comes running out of the back and clears the ring. And Moss ends up getting the pin on one of the Black Rangers with a slide Russian leg sweep. I'm sorry, Nate. You're a good wrestler, but even you couldn't bring this match. It's below average. Sorry. Really, I'm sorry, man. I enjoyed your parts. And then we get our main event, which is going to be Aztec Warrior Alex Cruz versus the Prince of Pain, Joe Kane. Alex Cruz is the current Southern Heavyweight title. Or Joe held it before him for like 2 years or something. Of course, Joe comes out first. Billy McCain is the manager. And as soon as Cruz comes out, they just start brawling outside the ring. Joe goes for a suplex. And Cruz, something's up here. It's like while he's doing the suplex, he's sitting there going, "Hey, Matthew." Joe ends up in this really nice baseball slap. I've never seen him do this before, and it knocks Cruz out to the floor. Now, Cruz comes back in and he ends up blocking up. There's like Joe's trying to do suplexes. Cruz sees him blocking and ends up hitting a hanging vertical suplex on Joe that looks really nice. And, excuse me. Sorry. Cruz is up on the top rope going for something. Kane stops and goes for a superplex. That looked really good. Like one of the better suplexes I've seen in a while. Cruz ends up going for a blockbuster off the top rope. And Joe, he catches Joe with it, but again, Cruz, while he's doing it, is just like, "Hey, Matthew." Then Cruz does the people's elbow for some reason. I don't get it. I don't get it at all. It doesn't fit his character. It doesn't. I don't know, man. Well, the ref ends up counting. He's obviously counting it really slow, like 1, 2. Giving Joe time to kick out. So I'm like, what the fuck? Cruz hits another devastating move. The ref's doing the slow count again. 1, 2. This is how slow the count. Oh man. And Kane ends up sneaking up behind Cruz, and as Cruz is confronting the ref, Kane rolls up Cruz, and the ref does this 3 counts like 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's just, it's not a horrible match. I was expecting so much more out of this. It really was. But, I mean, hey, ended up being the second best thing I watched out of this match. Hey, it's been almost an hour. I'm going to let this go. I hope y'all enjoyed that. Give some shout outs again. Check out Brandon McBride's channel, Highlander Wrestling Show. He just recently put up, he did like a live stream talking about, was it Hell in a Cell? Go to Bison Media Productions. They were just recently in West Monroe, Louisiana for the By Independent Wrestling Show where there was a big title match, Steve Anthony versus Cassidy O'Reilly. I think all the matches are up by now. They should be. Check out Pro Wrestling Ego on Break. They do entertaining stuff like this. And Tim Frederick, I think is your name, sir. You mentioned being at the Russell Birmingham show in Bessemer a few years ago. Seems to be golden. And thank old Dirty Dale Roy for the comments and all that stuff. Hope everyone enjoyed this. Remember, come back later on the week for Ultimo Gallos weekly or weekend wrestling wrap up. Laters.